Hello everyone and welcome to American Firearms Network. We appreciate you watching us today. For those who are tuned in, we hope you like, subscribe, and share, and check out our Instagram when you have a chance. We have some good stuff on there. Today we're going to talk about the advantages, disadvantages, pros and cons of indoor ranges and outdoor ranges. A lot to talk about in this subject. Instructor Paul, what are your thoughts? Where do you want to start? Where do you want to start?
I want to start on some of the advantages of going in an indoor range. It's good for beginners. If you want to just show people the fundamentals, okay, the basic fundamentals, indoor ranges are good for that. Basic target practice, basic marksmanship, indoor ranges are great for that. But when people get to a certain level in their training, you got to get them outside. Because with the outside ranges, we know you can do a lot more things with the outside range. You can draw from concealment, where in the indoor range, you're not maybe going to be able to do that. You can move off the X. Indoor ranges don't allow you to move. You're confined into one little area.
We're spoiled.
We are.
Why? Because we're instructors and we can rent out as an instructor. In some ranges, even in RSO, you can rent your own range.
Yeah.
So, but for the regular person that just wants to train, that is not able to go into training with a group or anything like that, I'd rather have an indoor range. I love the outdoors. I mean, it's so much the air. It's, sometimes it gets stuffy in these indoor ranges.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
But in the indoor range, right, you can move the targets, you can change them out whenever you want.
Oh, dude.
When you go to an outdoor range, what happens in those public outdoor ranges? They have the recording, okay, the range is now cold, right?
Yeah.
And they check, you got to put a barrel block.
I understand what you're saying.
Inside, you have to lock back the slide. And then everyone as a group, once the range is cold, goes out, you can adjust your targets, move it back, move it forward, change it, whatever you want.
Yeah.
You're kind of you have to wait for that, right?
Yeah.
So nothing wrong with it. It's not bad. We both have done it a bunch of times, but it's annoying. It can be annoying.
It's annoying. But
you know what I mean?
But Todd, to really, really improve when it comes to shooting ability, you need to be able to be in a place where you can do certain things, like for instance, moving off the X, moving and shooting behind cover. You can't do that in an indoor range. And I would like to tell our folks out there that the best thing to do is to find an instructor and a class where you can go ahead and you can do that kind of stuff. Shooting from cover, where you can move off the X. Maybe, and you can even find classes where they'll teach you how to come out of your car and present your weapon. There's so many different training scenarios you can use outside. Saying this, Todd, you can also do some good things in the indoor ranges where it comes to marksmanship. And I know you're very big on making sure that we talk a lot about marksmanship when we do classes, because that's important.
Listen, there's no question about it. If you're into the gun thing and you want to get better, even if you want to just be confident with your gun in your home, all these big outdoor ranges, a lot of them have private ranges with classes. I recommend you taking a class to do what Paul said.
Yeah.
Moving off the X and moving and shooting. That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Just getting used to that gun and running with it or going behind cover. I mean, that's important to get comfortable doing.
Yeah, it really is.
But again, on the indoor range, it's more marksmanship, right? You can go, move the target all the way back, move it in, and you have more control, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If I had a choice, forget running a class where we're able to rent the range. If I had a choice between a public outdoor range or a private outdoor range that is controlled by, range safety officers, or an indoor range, also range safety, I'd rather have the indoor range. I just feel I have more control. I can change out the targets whenever I want, stuff like that. That's my opinion.
I would have the outdoor range just for health reasons.
Okay. So you would put, maybe on that one target, when it's outdoors, you can put a bunch of different targets on there, right? You don't have to have the one standard one, and you can work on your marksmanship and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
I was at one indoor gun range some years back, and the guy next to me was shooting, I'm shooting, and every minute his casing was coming over.
Oh yeah, I got nailed. I was
Hit me
getting
in the
nailed.
back of the head.
Yeah, that's the worst.
He's going on, boom. You know, he's got his big AR out there, and everything's just hitting me. And I'm thinking, no, it's not for me. I mean, everybody's different.
Yeah, the outdoor range, you have the bigger bays.
Yeah.
You're not getting nailed with that. Those casings. I hate that when that happens, right? When they get nailed with those hard casings.
I hate that.
I hate that. It's the worst.
Yeah. I had one girl, right? she came to me. I was training her at the indoor range, like, and she was shooting. And then all of a sudden, there was a guy next to her, and he shot, and the case went up, and it was right in her front, and she said, "Oi!" And I had to hold the gun off her.
Yes.
I had to take the gun because she freaked out. She's never had hot brass hit her before.
You'll see those YouTube shows too.
Oh my goodness.
With hot brass.
Yeah.
You'll see that on YouTube. A lot of that stuff where people are flagging everyone, waving their gun around, and accidental discharges happen all from the hot casings.
So
right?
I had to start telling my customers now that what you got to do, you got to dress appropriately. Because, you know, you don't, ladies, you don't want to start coming to the gun range dressing, you know, not right, because I'm telling you, when you're out there shooting and a hot brass comes and hits you in the place you don't want it to hit, that can be a problem if you've got a loaded gun. So make sure that when you do go out to the ranges, ladies, make sure you dress appropriately.
And if you get hit with hot brass, don't panic.
No.
You'll burn a little bit. You'll shake it off. But keep that gun muzzle straight down range.
Yeah.
Okay? I know it's easier said than done, but just, it's important to do that. You don't want to have any accidental discharges or any issues in the range.
Yeah, definitely. Can I say another thing, since we're on the training of the ranges? It's important that you find out what kind of training that you really want to do, because they've got all types of training out there. If you're into competition shooting, if you want to just do marksmanship, which is a lot of competition shooting, then fine. The indoor range is good, where you just go and you just look at the targets and then you just shoot. You focus on trigger control and all that great stuff. But if you want to talk a little bit about and do defensive shooting, then you really need to be on the outdoor ranges where you can move off the X, you can walk and shoot. All these different things, shoot behind cover. This is what we call defensive shooting. And you need to do that. You need to be able to do both. You know, that's so important.
We've rented ranges, indoor ranges at night, where you can rent the whole range and run a little class in there, but it's not the same as what Paul's talking about, okay? Even an indoor range, when you rent out the whole range, usually it's after hours, after 8 o'clock, it's late at night. It's not the same. You don't have the same movement that you do when you're in a class, you know? So, listen, that's my opinion about, you like outdoor, I like indoor. I do love the outdoor classes. That's the only way to really advance yourself is in one of these classes. Love to hear your comments. What do you guys like, indoor or outdoor? Let us know. Please leave some comments. Thank you for tuning in today. We really appreciate it. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.